What is up, YouTube? What's going on? Back. Check testing, check 1, 2. Checking the sound, checking the mic. What is up, YouTube? All right, we good. Going live on WAP.com right now. What is up, everybody? What's going on? We are back. We're here and we're back with another live stream today on this Saturday, April 11th, 2026. Hope you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well today. Hope you all had a great, safe, and humbling week. And we're, once again, like I mentioned yesterday, we're pushing closer to the middle of April. And the hope is that we just enjoy some baseball. There's no NBA today. Didn't realize that until this morning. So it is what it is. And if you're paying attention to anything golf-wise, there's still the Masters stuff. So, but there are a plethora of games. 2 of them's getting ready to start soon. Apologies for being late today. Almost forgot that I am live over on my YouTube channel. But I would definitely say that if you're over on YouTube watching this, you should definitely look up Top Sports Debate. Join us over there with the link, with my invite link provided in the comment section. So, oops, I did the wrong thing. But let's get to it. Because there's, like I said, there's games getting ready to start. And we are hopeful to hopefully get some wins today. Let's see what we can do. That one pick that I put in with Matt Olson and Bo literally was just two HRs away from cashing. I think Olson hit a home run. I think he finished with like 5 or 6. Now Kyle is in the weak spot again today for this 105 game against the Diamondbacks. Potential spot for him to maybe go yard, maybe get multiple HRRs. He is green for the most part, like I talked about and broke down during the stream, the first MLB stream of the season here. But as you see here, he hasn't been consistent with anything. He is 0-1 against Brandon in 1 at bat, 12 pitches thrown. He did walk and strike out here, so it's not too much of anything to really base that off. He could potentially actually wake up today, actually get multiple HRRs, actually hit a home run. There's potential here. Again, he is in the weak spot today here because Paddock struggles against the 2nd, 4th, and 7th batting position, and Schwarber is in the best spot because of the OPS, which is a 1.1. That's what he's really struggling against per the second position of the batting order. But Schwarber, when it's pertaining to his OBS, is 900. Still good. He's still hitting home runs. He's still getting on base, still doing whatever. The question becomes, is he going to continue this by being 0 whatever against Paddock? Is he going to get walked today? Because I did mention that in yesterday's stream that a lot of batters have been being walked a lot. That's the question. Let me see. Now he was 50-50 on the day last year, 50-50 in the month of April last year, but he batted really well on Saturdays. And that was like the only thing that he did well. You know what I mean? Everything else, like his batting average is just negative, but his slugging was still positive. So he's still potential to, again, potentially score runs, hit home runs. You know what I mean? He still has that potential. Paddock throws the four seam, the changeup, and the sinker. Well, technically, his four seam and changeup are the top pitches that he throws the most. And Schwarber hits both really well outside of his batting average against the changeup. So that's why I say potential Schwarber could do something today. If you feel like he can do something, I would just tell you like, yo, just take him for 2 HRRs, maybe 3 at minimum, and hope for the best. But if you feel like he'll go yard, take him. Brandon Marsh came through on that 3-leg yesterday. He had 5 HRRs, but it did not come. It didn't cash. So missed by, I think it was like 1 batter, like 2 of them got it, something like that. I forgot. But Brandon came through super quick because he hit a home run yesterday. So he did his job. The question becomes, because he's 1-3 positive, he got a 2-bagger here. He hit a double against Brandon. Can he potentially do that again? Can he get a back-to-back 3 or higher HRR? That's the question at hand that you got to ask yourself. Brandon is struggling against lefties, and Marsh, Brandon versus Brandon, Marsh bats well against righties. So I would potentially consider taking Brandon again today for at least 3 HRRs. I think I'm going to do that right now because, again, the game's getting ready to start soon. I'd rather have something in just for something quick here. But I do like Brandon from what I've seen so far the most. I'm logging into DraftKings now so I can put this in. I'm just going to take Brandon for 3 HRRs today because, again, he could potentially go out here and do something. Now, Walker, he has a bit more. Was it 1 extra weak spot here? He struggles against the 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th batter. Castillo, Tawa, and Thomas are the 3 batters that are specifically in the spot. But I would say look at the actual order and see who's that other person. It could be Perdomo or something like that. Or whomever could be in the 5th spot here. Because they don't show them. It may be a rookie or something like that. So they may not have any props available for you to pick that rookie. So the rookie is potentially going to do something because, again, that batter is sitting in a spot that you can't even see the player. So, like I said, it's more than likely a rookie or something like that because they're not showing here. But let me stop rambling real quick. Let me take Marsh for 3 HRRs real quick, and then we'll move forward because I want to at least have something in as fast as possible. So it does say that Marsh's 3 HRRs was plus 177, but it's no longer 177. It's actually plus 175. It just dipped down just 2 times. But I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 as fast as possible. And I'm going to post this now because this is still plenty of time. There's like 9 minutes before this first game starts. If I can find those of you watching over YouTube, thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. If I can find say like a 2-leg, maybe 2 or 3 HRRs as fast as possible within the next several minutes before these 2 games starts, I'll take it and post it in the WAP in the Discord. But we got to be quick. Like I said, I do apologize for coming on a bit later than normal, just because I woke up a little early. Well, fell asleep early. Woke up in and around 11 p.m. last night, and was tossing and turning for I don't know however long, and then finally fell asleep. And when I woke up, it was after 5:30. And I'm posting a Marsh slip now. And then I pretty much was up the rest of the way. And then ended up taking a nap. Like around 1 a.m. 11 a.m. this morning. So Just posted that in the Discord. Sending this to the WAP now. It'll be in my paid section here. Didn't mean to do that. Excuse me. All right, let's post it. Excuse me. Let me look at Tim here, because I thought he did something recently. He only had 2. He's 0-2 against Walker. He's hitting the cutter and the curveball, but he doesn't throw the curveball much. He does throw the cutter a little bit. So maybe he'll potentially do something. Let me look at Castillo here. Okay, Castillo had back-to-back 3 HRRs. Again, whatever you're personally seeing, if you feel like a batter can go yard per the pitcher weak spot, take him for the home run. But that's not my thing personally. Like, I may get a gut feeling and say, yo, he just might potentially, like I said with Schwarber, he just might, because he didn't go yesterday. He was in a weak spot yesterday. He potentially could go today, right? Because we know batters can be a day late a lot of times. Even with HRRs, you put them down for 4 or 5 HRRs, they don't get it. And then the very next game, they get like 6. You know what I mean? Just it's sports. That's what happens. You know, you needed them 24 hours ago. They 24 hours later, they actually do the job. I just don't like the fact that sometimes I have to take a player on a slip when I kind of feel like they may be in a spot where they don't do something. Okay, so the only thing about Castillo is that he batted very well on Saturdays. That's what he did very well. If you look over here, he was getting some home runs, some singles, some doubles. His best spots currently on the year is a double on the 9th when he faced off against Luis Garcia here. So potential for him to, because he's the only thing that he's really batting well against is the splitter, and Walker throws the splitter a lot. So if he reads that pitch, potential for him to hit a home run, or just in general, you know what I mean, get on base, get a double, get a triple type of thing, get a couple runs in, and then there you go, you got 3 HRs right there, or 4 or higher. So I would maybe potentially consider taking Castillo. Like I said, I just took Marsh. I put him down. I forgot about you. Can't forget about you. You actually match up well against Brandon in 3 at-bats. He has a double and a home run, which is great. He's hitting the sinker and the cutter, but he's just not really producing all like that. But head-to-head, he does really well against Arizona. So he's technically 0-1 against them on the year. He only had 1 here. His 2 HRs are 2. He had a few singles, a double. If you don't feel like a batter would do anything outside of just maybe getting 1 hit, getting on base, and getting a single, take him for a single. What's a single? Plus 100. So he might get the single maybe more than getting 2 HRR, right? Because the single is a plus 100. It's a bit lower than the 2 HRR. Remember what I talked about? Edwards usually does a job. He finished with 1 HRR last night, so he probably potential to get 2 or higher today. Oh, he just might do it again. He might do it today. He's batting well against the 4-seam, the splitter, and the slider. But Casey does pitch. He is throwing the splitter and the slider really well. So do with this information what you will. The only thing is the head-to-head where he's 0-1 against Detroit currently, but he just didn't do anything last year. He has no data against Casey, which isn't good. Let me see. But remember, like I talked about yesterday, his batting average is always positive, right? For the most part, usually always. It's just his slugging is what sucked the most, because he's not a home run hitter. He's an on base, getting runs in type of a batter. That's what he does. And he's usually always batting first. Okay, he didn't bat well last year on Saturday, so hopefully potentially that changes today, starting today. So we'll see. I might consider taking him. I'm going to queue him up anyway because he just might get 2. What is it for 2? Let me just double check. It's a minus 106. So more than likely like 104-ish or something like that on another sports book. And okay, his last single, well, 2 singles was on the 8th. Okay. So I'm just like really looking around to see if I want to take him for anything else outside of HR. He is hitting the ball for the most part. Missed out on here because he had 4 out of the last 5 from this spot. The beginning of the last 10, he had 2 hits every time, almost every time, and even in the beginning of the month. So maybe he still hits 2. Over here, no, not Cole Keith. Riley, the bum. Remember I talked about him yesterday? He swings at a lot of strikeouts. That's why he only had 1, because he just does not produce. So I'm probably possibly just not gonna put Riley Green on any of my slips, whether it's a single bet or anything. Probably just not gonna bet him because he was not producing for me on any of my slips, whether it was single bets or parlays or whatever. He just was not doing anything. He's still doing that now in the month of April. So I know he potentially will wake up eventually, start hitting, but it's more than likely going to be in and around the time that I'm still not betting on him. And then I look his way as like, oh, he could do something today, and he doesn't do it because he did it 4 or 5 days in a row type of thing, even it's like HRR type of stuff. Maybe Dingler minus 115. What time is this game? 110. Okay. Let me see if I can put this in real quick. Maybe just take, if I can, because it's 105. This the game should be getting ready to start. Let me see if I can put Marsh on here and Dingler for 2 HRRs each. If I can do that real quickly. So Marsh, you got to be fast. Marsh 2 HRR and Dingler, because I like Dingler's data here. It's a plus 240 for the 2. Come on, DraftKings, there we go. All right, share in on DraftKings, and I'm sending this to the Discord or WAP as fast as I can. And apologies if you maybe potentially can't get Marsh, but I would definitely take Dingler for 2 or higher HRRs because he potentially should again potentially get it. That's why I say if I can do this fast as possible before this game starts, and on top of that, because Marsh is batting 4th, it still kind of gives you enough time to put the slip in if you can. All right, it's posted in the WAP. Posted in the Discord. I'll post this one in the free section, because that's what I'm normally doing as far as like 2 HRRs. I'll usually post the 2 HRs in the free section of my WAP at least. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let me take those 2 off because again, these games are getting ready to start. I did post hours ago. Pirates Cubs. Wind is blowing into the stadium, so it did shift. It was actually 13 miles an hour. I apologize. I'm sorry. Wrong game. It was this game. It's the Mets game. The wind is blowing in, so it actually bumped up. It was 13 miles an hour hours ago, so that was 17. So winds are blowing into the stadium 60 degrees. So potential for no home runs in this game. I immediately took that one. There's a couple other games that still has potential for, because there's winds blowing. This one potential still because it's 9 miles. It's cold as 45 degrees. So, and plus, as you're seeing here, the pitchers themselves, they don't have that many weak spots. So if I were you, I would look at potentially taking the first 5 under in this game. It did cash for this matchup yesterday. So since I'm talking about it, let me go on FanDuel and see what the line price is for the first 5 under, because again, it was something that I forgot to look at yesterday, and I was like, what inning is it? Blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, it's the 6th inning, no score, no runs. So it's 3.5 for the first 5, and the push is more so looking towards the over at a -108. I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna take the chance, and I'm going to take the under, see if it hits, see if it goes under 4 runs. We're gonna see. Let's see if it does that. It might do it, it might not, but currently, as of right now, I just like the game in itself for no home runs, but we'll see, because 2 players are in the weak spot. Potential for them to, Bush to go yard, Cruz to go yard, and anybody else, even because you still got to look at the batters on the outside too, because some batters could be in the spot to do more than what the batters in the actual weak spot are doing. Bregman, let me look at him. He hasn't done anything at all. And let me hurry up and post this real quick. Pirates, Cubs, first 5 under. Doing this quickly so that way not too much time is wasted for this pick, even though it's still plenty of time before the game starts. All right. I just shared it in the Discord. And whoops. That's not going there. Sending this to WAP now in the paid section. There we go. It's posted. Now we just gotta hope for the best here. Let me look at Brandon. Let me see if he could potentially wait, because he just hasn't done anything yet. Really, just outside of here and here. Oops, get rid of that. .50 on Saturdays. He bats well against righties, well enough, and really technically better batting third. Well, more recently, he had 2 singles. He had a single on the 7th and the 10th. So that's literally within the last 5 days. So maybe you take him for, he's 50-50 on singles, maybe. He did go back-to-back on singles on the 1st and 3rd. So maybe he could get a single today. He loved getting singles against the Pirates last year. Technically, in the month of April, he was a single machine. Not so much this April. He only has 5 singles in the month. But he technically did have 4 singles. 3 singles, just 2 off from last April. So let me look at this. This is a +104. So it's probably like a +1 something. Let me look on DraftKings. Let me see. This is Bregman for the Cubs, right? So maybe he looking. Let me go here to the Pirates Cubs game. I want to see. Arizona just scored. I wasn't paying attention. Did somebody hit a home run? Or did somebody just like get some stupid ads? Every time I try to click to the game, an ad pops up. So Marte went yard. Let me look at his stuff real quick. Because he wasn't in the weak spot. He was on the outside. That's what I was saying a minute ago. Like, you still want to look at the batters even on the outside. I did look at him earlier, like hours ago, but I forgot to look his way during the stream here. So he did go yard just now. So what is that on the year? That's his first home run, I guess. No, fourth. No, second. Apologies. Maybe. Okay, second home run on the year. So he has 4 HRRs now. So it's back-to-back HRRs. He's 2-3 against Walker right now. He has 2 home runs against him. So he struggled against. Let me see if this will, because sometimes what you call it will update the spot. Like, it'll pop up like 411 and update the. Let me do this real quick. I want to see if it'll update here on Prop Finder, because again, maybe it will. It hasn't done it yet. I want to be able to see what he actually hit, because he specifically, he actually does well against the curveball and the four seam. So I want to know what he read that sent it out the park. It could have been a splitter, could have been a cutter, either one, because Walker struggles to throw those pitches. So, but could tell per what we just looked at, he was green. He batted well in April last year. So yeah. Because I also looked at Carroll. This was, like I said, like 6 a.m. He currently has 1 HRR. There goes Castillo. He got 2. So I did say he potentially could do something because he was in a weak spot. So now he has 3 straight 2 HRRs. Potential for him to get 3. So if you're looking at this data, you're seeing what I saw. So let me get back to looking at Bregman for a single for the Cubs. Bregman's single is a -109 on DraftKings. So again, he could potentially go back to back because he had 2 here. And we're closer to the middle of the month. So he could potentially get a single today. Again, potential. Let me look at Ian. I'll look at PCA in a moment, because I haven't really bet on PCA all like that this year. I think like once or twice. Hmm. 167. Okay. Maybe he'll walk today because he had back-to-back walks. What's his singles looking like? 20%. Man, he had 2 here. Sheesh. What if he got 2 again? It's a plus 840. Total base. He got 2. It's a plus 200 for him to get 2 total bases. He actually enjoyed getting 2 against us last year. I'm tempted to take that plus 200, dog. Even though he struggles against Ashcraft. But he's hitting the 4 seam. He's hitting the sinker. He bats really great in the 4th spot. Last 5 barrel is 40%, so he's reading pitches really well. So I am just on the season. He has 2 home runs and a single. So I am tempted to possibly take him for 2 total base. Maybe I will. It's a plus 200. Again, this is for Ian though. Let me look at PCA. He's positive against Ashcraft. He has 2 doubles against him out of the 3 hits that he got. He's hitting the 4-seam curveball and sinker. So he's hitting all the pitches. He's struggling to throw the 4-seam. Maybe today PCA wakes up and gets maybe 3 or higher. Just for him to get 2 is a plus 134. That's like super enticing for me to take it. Seriously, I'm thinking about it. Because he just hasn't woken up. But again, he technically could be in a spot. And he batted really well in April, but he's not batting well this April though. So, what did he do last weekend? On the 4th, he didn't play. He played on the 5th though, and he only had 1 on Easter Sunday. So maybe you take him for 2 HRRs alone. I'm looking at Uno Cruz because he's in the weak spot, 50%. On the season, he's doing well, averaging 3 HRRs, 3 in the last 10. Oops, I didn't do that. He had a double on the 8th, double on the 7th, so back-to-back double. Sheesh, dude. Where's your yeah, back-to-back doubles here. That's wow. But nothing really else. Single-wise, he was dominating singles. Do we take him for a single today? Maybe not, because he struggles against righties. He bats really well against lefties. Dude is a righty. Let me look at this here. But again, against righties, he had 2 doubles back to back, and a single, home run. So just in the month of April, he had a single and 2 doubles. So again, maybe he'll potentially get something today. Maybe. Let me see. Detroit. Ramirez got a hit for the Marlins. McCongle he's batting first for Detroit. He got a hit. I think something's going on. Trying to see if he had a single or a double. It's not letting me see that. There it goes. He had a double. Man, okay. So we're gonna wait and see if Dingler does anything at his first at bat. So Reynolds hit a home run yesterday, 7th inning, because remember I had that no home run slip, and like I said, everything was going in the direction, everything was going great, blah blah blah, and then Reynolds, I think it was his 3rd at bat, he smacked it out the park. So, so what is it if he were to get 4 again today? It was a plus 525 on BetMGM. So he's potential to maybe just get 2 and not get 3, or get 1 or get nothing. Let me see. Let's see here. What did Reynolds do last Saturday? Let me look at this here. He, let me see. He did not hit a home run, but he had 5 HRRs last Saturday. So could he do that again today? And then I'm looking at the following Saturday was the 28th. He had, okay, so he has had back-to-back Saturdays with 4 or higher HRRs. He had 4 on March 28th against the Mets. So the question becomes, is he going to get 4 or 3 or higher today? It's a plus 275. Because again, he's had back-to-back Saturdays where he's had multiple HRRs. So he's technically, he had 4 yesterday. So could he go back-to-back? At least 3 or higher, because 3 is a plus 275. I'm gonna queue it up because I just like the fact that it's specifically on the day he's been producing. I didn't even look at it. Man, Bush has not woken up just yet. That's why I posted in the WAP what a few days ago talking about this, like, hey, like, it's early, like batters got to wake up. You know what I mean? They may be in a slump super early. You may not want to. Again, I think I took Bush like twice so far, and he hasn't come through yet. So I missed this when he had 2 here on the 6th and then 3 here on the 1st. So he just hasn't woken up yet. And he's literally in his best spot during the entire week. He bats, his best days are on a Saturday. He didn't play on the 4th. And because I gotta see, because I can't, let me see. He had 2 on the 28th. So he, on a Saturday in general, he's like 1-0-1 or whatever. So yeah, do with that information what you, if you feel like he can at least get 2 HRRs today, take him for the 2. Because the only thing that I see that is beneficial for him is just the day itself, because he just has not. I mean, you could technically say April, but this was last year's data. But he, same thing, on a Saturday, he was producing last year. So he might. But I do like, out of everybody on Chicago so far, I do like Ian Happ for at least a single. I mean, apologies, not single. 2 total base. That's what it was. Where is it again? It's on Scamdle. Let me log into FanDuel real quick. Let me see if it's still +2. If it is still a +200, then I'm probably gonna take it. Let me look at Nico, because he's been producing for Chicago. Okay, Detroit just scored. Just missed it. Let me see. Okay, Riley Green, he actually got a single. Freaking bum. Dingler didn't do anything. Cole Keith had 3 HRRs. I thought about him too. I really did. But I just didn't really look at his stuff. He was in the weak spot too. So that's back-to-back 2 or higher. 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Let's see. Maybe he had a single again. No, he had a double. His first hit was a double. So he didn't even bat well on Saturdays. That was his best spot is 7th. Second best is 3rd. So something was telling me to really consider him, and I didn't really look his way. So that's on me. Could have taken him fast and put him down for 3 HRs. He would have cashed easily. His first at bat. Who did I say? Ian. I'm looking at him for a potential 2 total base. Where's the batter prop? Is Ian still sitting at plus 200? He is. I'm going to take him for the 2 hundo. I want to see if he gets these 2 total bases. So that's 3 picks for the Chicago game that I have so far. And I think I'm just gonna stop there, just being honest. So the bigger spot is the no home run. The other one is the first half under. And now Ian Happ for 2 total base. I'm posting this in the Discord now. There we go. And sending this to the WAP right now. What is that? Okay. Yeah, that's on me, guys. I should have just put Colt Keith on that slip instead of Dingler. Colt Keith did his thing. He would have cashed instantly. But it's all good. In the hood. All right, we're moving on. Now, I missed out on Josh Bell 2 days ago. He had a home run. He's positive against Eric. For him to get two total bases, plus 146. 46 is my favorite number. I might take him for 2 total base. Now, as you see here, when he's actually producing, he's getting 3 HRRs or higher. So this is kind of letting you know, like, you have potential to take him for the 3 at least at the starting point. You could technically still take him for the 2. It's plus value. It might not be plus 104 here, like on DraftKings or anything like that. But let me go find this real quick and see what Josh Bell is for 2 HRR. Josh Bell 2 HRR is a even plus 100. So it's even plus 100. So that just means that he potentially may not get the 2. He's 0-4 against Toronto. He's 0-1 against them currently. Couldn't do anything yesterday. But again, he has a positive against Eric. 1 home run, 1 2-bagger. He did strike out 3 times. You see, he's hitting the 4-seam. He's hitting the changeup. So this is a positive spot. He's reading those pitches well on the season. He's had, so far in the last few days, 2 singles and a double. And, of course, a home run on the first. Technically, no, he has another home run. I don't know why it's not showing up here, because he did get one on the 9th. That's probably because it was a righty, because they're focusing on the lefty, him against lefties. So there we go. It's not showing it. He did hit a home run. It's sitting right here on the 9th. He hit a home run here. So, but he's facing off against this left-handed pitcher. He does bat well against lefties. He bats better against righties on the year, at least. He batted better against righties last year, but he's actually doing much better against righties currently, so that's good. But we're focused on the lefties again. Versus lefties so far, a double and 2 singles and a home run. So let me see what he struggled on Saturdays again versus lefties last year. 50-50 in the 5th spot. He didn't do anything on the 4th last Saturday. And he didn't do anything on the 28th last Saturday. So if you're thinking about just a weekend type of spot, he's struggling on Saturdays. If he doesn't do anything today, maybe he does something tomorrow, right? Let me see. He didn't do anything last Sunday, though, over the weekend, over the Easter holiday or anything like that. So he's like 1-1 type of stuff. So we'll see if he does anything today. I still kind of like him for 2 HRRs today, just off the basis of what he's done against Eric, what he's doing against the hand itself. But he is striking out the most against lefties, so that doesn't bode well for him. He was actually okay. It's still the same trend. Just he was striking out against lefties last year as well, the most. He's just really striking out against lefties currently. So if you want to take him for 2 HRs, I would say take him. Maybe potential for RBI. Let me look at his, let me see. And if you want to take him for a strikeout, he's hitting at a 70% hit rate, but it's a super juice minus 188 though. But the total base is 60% currently, HR is 60%, RBI is 60%. So I would say 2 HRs at least. But again, when he's getting it, he's getting 3. So maybe he still gets 3 today. It's plus 195 on BetMGM. For him to get 2 total bases, plus 146. So most of the time he's getting 3 total bases. So yeah, do this information what you want. He might hit a home run. He might get a double type of stuff, get a run in, and there goes your 3. So do that information what you will. Byron, I have him on my thumbnail for the YouTube channel for the live stream. So he potential is in a spot to go yard, potential in a spot to get multiple HRRs or whatever today. Have a because he has a positive against Eric as well. Let's see. He's just struggling to hit the ball. Just in general, he did do this here, but he really hasn't found his rhythm for the most part. And that's the thing, all in all, on the season, he's only had 3 singles, maybe 4. Let me just double check here. 8th. It doesn't show it. He had 2 singles. So, maybe you do take Byron. Maybe you take him for a single. He didn't. He did have 2 doubles, but they were in between the 6th and the 8th. So again, potential. Maybe he does get the job done today. Maybe he goes yard. Maybe he gets, you know what I mean? Maybe. He's just struggling right now against lefties and righties in the midst of him having a positive against Eric. That's the thing, if you don't see anything substantial, look to the teams, look to potentially take the Twins to score 5 runs. Maybe you do that. Key score here. He had 2 last night. I didn't put him on that one slip I had, and he got the job done, so that's my fault. Because I did say that he actually did look good to do something. Okay, potential single spot, because anytime he does get a single, he gets another one the very next game. So currently on the year, he's 1-0 at getting a single against Toronto. He's another batter. That's positive. He had home run against Eric last year. He's hitting the 4-seam. And really, he's hitting the slider. He has a positive batting average against the changeup. So, yeah, if you want to take key score for a single, it's a -105 on BetMGM. You want to take him for the 2 HRRs, +103 on DraftKings. As you see here, most of the time he's getting 3. He's 3-0 against Toronto, 1-0 against them, currently with 2. Maybe. Look at that, during the day last year, he was hitting very well during the day last year and in the month of April. He just struggled on Saturdays and versus lefties last year. This year, he just has a positive batting average against lefties. Still struggling against them, though, on the year. Striking out the most against lefties as well. What is his strikeouts? -158. I just might do that. I might eventually, over time, just really look at the data and see, like, all right, who, what maybe potential 3 batters could strike out against their opposing pitcher and just put them on a parlay. Is Vlad going to do something today? Davis had 6 HRs last night. So upset that I didn't look his way at all. And that's the thing. Yesterday was so busy at work because we were short. We had a call off and everything, and I had, extra work to do on top of my own. So I didn't have any time to look at anything really. If I did, it was like last minute stuff. But more so, it was me looking at stuff after work. So it was like sort of kind of like, oh, I got home late because the bus that I was on, something was wrong with the bus. Not even 2 minutes after I got on the bus, and eventually got to a spot where it was like, oh, y'all got to get off. It's like, man, I was only riding on the bus for like 15 minutes. Technically, was like halfway home. We had to get off the bus, had to get on another bus, and I eventually was like, you know what, I'm going to go get me some, I'm going to get me a hoagie or something. That's what I did. I just stopped somewhere. Let me get a hoagie. So I don't feel like coming home and do anything else. Let me look at Ernie here. I think Ernie, now he's been producing currently, right? He's getting 2 HRs. I think last year, if I remember correctly, he was producing more late last year. So out of 10 hits, he has 3 doubles against righties. Where's your doubles at, dude? He did get a double last night, but he's hitting singles for the most part and getting 2 HRs for the most part. Head to head, he's getting 2 HRs. 54% to getting a single against them. I'm feeling inclined to either take him for a single or 2 HRRs at minimum. This one's a +110. See, the single is more enticing because it's a -115. Potential for him to at least get the single versus him getting 2 HRRs. +110s do hit, but it just depends on the spot that the player is in. That's the thing. Joe is doing very well against right-handed batters though. So that's why I think that's the other reason why it's a plus 110. So his read could potentially be just a single alone. He's batting very well in the 7th spot and on Saturdays. So I'm feeling inclined to take him for this single for real. I'm going to queue up that single because he just might get the single. Again, might. Varsho went yard yesterday. 4 HRRs. He's struggling against Joe, though. He's hitting the splitter, which he's throwing 24% of the time, but he's throwing that four seam a lot, and he struggles against the four seam. Okay, he read that splitter against Richardson yesterday and got a double. And he is still throwing the splitter. So if he reads the splitter and he knows, he recognizes it, he potentially could get another double today. How many hits did he have yesterday? He had 2. Total bases are down. So he's having success hitting, at least getting 1. And that's about it. He had a double last night. He had back-to-back runs. What's the run? Plus 116. He hasn't had on the year yet. He has not had 3 straight 2 HRs or higher. So the books currently believe, at least BetMGM believes he's going to get it to minus 105. So he might. I forgot to look at his, let's call it here. Only positive spot really is the day and him batting second. And on the season, 1 single, 1 double against righties. Nothing against the lefty yet. So, okay. Yeah. Let's hope for the best for this dude. He is batting. He bats better against lefties too. So yeah, potentially he may not do anything. He might possibly get a single, and he might not do anything at all today. Ryan went yard yesterday. He's striking out 80% of the time though. Oh wait, I forgot. McConaughey for the Tigers got 2 HRs as well. Ryan had 3 hits yesterday. What are the odds? What a sheesh. Plus 1,500. Man, imagine you just like reading it down. You're like, you know what? I feel like he can get 3 hits, and he actually goes out there and does that. Yesterday, 7 HRRs. So I feel like he's gonna go down today. Like, this game might not even be high scoring. It might be a low scoring game. The total may go under. What's the total? It's 8.5. Books believe it's going to be a high scoring game, but who knows? He was batting really well on Saturdays. Look what he's done against righties. Nothing against righties. He just bats better against lefties. Again, Eric's a lefty, so he could still get maybe 2 to 3 HRRs today, at minimum. I would say take him for the 2 at least, because he's facing off against the opposing pitcher that actually he does well against. Okay. So Bo did not come through. I did talk about it. We needed Bo to get 3 HRRs. His data was looking green, all of that. He couldn't get it. He couldn't get the extra 2. He had a single though, and I didn't consider taking that. I was like, I like him for the 2 HRRs. So had I taken Matt for the 3 HRRs and just Bo for the single, cash. So does Bo say get another single today? Does he get 1 to 2 hits today? Does he get multiple HRs today? That's the question. He hasn't really done anything in the last 5. Head to head though, he's normally doing the job. So he's 0-1 against the Athletics currently on the year. And actually in these 14 games, this is his. You can't really. Well, never mind. I apologize. You can't really count it because this was last year. So when he does go down, he usually goes up, and for the most part, he's usually getting 3 HRs or higher. So he's in a spot to potentially get 3 at a plus 165. He's hitting the 4-seam. He's struggling against the slider though, but he's hitting the cutter. So if he can read Jacob's pitches to see a 4-seam or a cutter, maybe potentially a changeup, and he reads it so well, he could potentially walk away from this game with, again, potential 2 to 4 or 5 or whatever, just based off in the head-to-head, because he's averaging 3 HRs against the A's. I'm curious if I want to. Let me see. See, Lewis was in a weak spot 2 days ago. He's back in a weak spot today. I don't think he was in a weak spot yesterday. He had a single yesterday. Okay, just in general, last 10 games, whenever he does get HRs, he gets 3. He's reading the cutter, but he's only seen it 3 times. But every time he's gotten positive, he does have a home run. And Jacob struggles to throw the cutter. So I'm inclined to tell you to either take him for at least 2 HRRs, or maybe 3 if you feel like you can get 3. And maybe a single, because he just might get that. Might. For either one. He might still hit a home run too. Just never know. Yeah, his only positive spot is against the pitcher itself. Everything else is red. Let me look at Mark. His positive spot is RBIs. One and 2 against them on the year. I apologize. That was last year. Last April. Maybe. I don't know about you, dude. He's in the weak spot. You just never know. Look at Francisco. He's striking out a lot. I don't know. Maybe y'all take Linder for a strikeout. It's a minus 135. Maybe you put that with another batter that's struggling, because he's not doing anything. Head to head, he's supposed to, he's technically facing off against a team that he's had more success against. So maybe, but he's had 3 straight unders on his HRR alone. The only one that I'm really liking, I've seen so far, is Bo, because he's on the outside looking in. Let me look at Jorge. 50-50, so he hasn't really done anything at all either. Potential for Jorge to get 2 HRs today. possible. He loves facing off against lefties. He's just not doing well this year. 1-1 with he was walked. I don't know. All right, I'm inclined to take Bo again. Maybe he actually gets the. Philly just scored. What happened? Schwarber hit a home run. He got officially 1, 2, 3, 5 HRs. 5. Sheesh. Well, actually, maybe more. Well, yeah, 5 HRs, 4 total base. So he was in a weak spot. I did say he potentially could go out here and get, do the job, smack one out the park, all of that. And the only key question is would he actually read the pitches that Brandon was sending his way this time and actually wake up and get it done. So he was technically in the spot. He bats well against righties. It was just, just were wondering if he was actually going to get the job done. His home run was what? Plus 330. So for him to get the HR is like 4 or higher. 5 plus 469 for 5. So he he got 5. He got that 460. So it's missed opportunity on mine, especially because I should have taken him I should have just said screw it and taken this because it's a 46 number. Because anytime I see 46, I'm feeling inclined, because it is my favorite number. I am feeling inclined to take that number, and I didn't see it until now. So had I seen it, I would have I'm gonna take him for this. I'm gonna just say screw it and put it down, and he would have cashed. So let's see who else got. So Harper hit a home run too. So that was back-to-back home runs. Harper hit a home run, so he has 3 HRs currently. Bohm got a run in, and then Crawford got 2 HRs. So those are what Philly did. It's 3-2 with that game. Somebody just scored again. Oh no, I apologize. That was Harper. Harper was the one that got the to make it 4-2. Bottom of the third. Wait, who's up for Detroit? Perez is up for Detroit. So Dingler is 2 bats up next. So far for this Toronto game, I would say maybe potentially, I haven't even looked at Springer. Maybe you do take Vlad. Maybe Ernie, like I said, for singles, if I remember correctly. Maybe you do that. Maybe you still take Key School because he's in a spot because he is positive against Eric. Eric is currently on the year. He's struggling to throw his four-seam and the changeup. And he struggles against righties. So you have a potential spot because Key School is a righty. Vlad is a righty. Snyder and Ernie. So you may, even George, he's a righty. He looks like he's the most positive against Joe. He had 2 baggers last year against him. He only struck out twice. He was really hitting the pitches last year. This year, he's only reading the four-seam. Is he striking out? He's not really striking. Well, he was earlier, but now he's kind of calmed down with his strikeouts. 3 straight doubles. 3 straight. Freaking bum. Probably potentially missing him getting a double. Potential for him not getting a double today. Because he had 3 straight doubles. Man. He's 1-0 against Minnesota on getting a double. He's at least getting a hit. Head to head, he loved getting HRs against them, averaging 3. He is 1-0 on getting 2. So again, maybe you do take him for 2 HRRs. Maybe. The Bet Jim believes he's going to go under though. Let's see. So still, maybe just take like Springer, Vlad, and Davis and Ernie for 1 HR each plus value on a slip. Over here, maybe you take Luke, Ryan, because again, he specifically struggles against right-handed batters on the year, right? Like a lot. He's struggling a lot against righties currently. So just kind of giving you an idea of what you could do for this game. Or maybe you take all the righties that I talked about and put them on a slip for 1 HR each, and maybe they go out there and get 1 or higher. So, but the only one that I would say that I really like out of everybody that I've seen is, I think it's Josh Bell. I think it was HRR, I think. Potential for him to get 2. And on top of that, he's batting really well against the bullpen. Like, super well against the bullpen. The only thing is that he struggled. Well, apologies. That was last year. So he bats better against lefties, but he's still potential to still get the job done. And second best spot would probably be Key School. Maybe. I didn't even see Brooks Lee down here. He's in a weak spot too. He hit back-to-back 3s. Son. Not seeing anything really. I want to know against Toronto. I don't know. Relook at our show again. Yeah. I don't know. Really don't know what I want to take with that game. I didn't even look at the A's. Who did I say was the best look? Oh, Bo. For, I think it was a single. And potentially 2 HRRs or higher. For the A's, okay. You're you're not batting the best. Carlos was batting the best last year. Max, didn't he have? I thought he had more than. But he had 2 HRRs last night. He's on a streak, 7 straight games of 2 HRRs or higher. He has been handling his business. So now I'm kind of wondering, because I missed it. I'm upset that I missed this from yesterday. Maybe. He's 4-0 against them. 1-0 on the year. He had 2. That's even more interesting. Out of the 4, he's never had 3. He's only had 2. It's either 2 or 1. Thinking about just taking him for 2. It's a plus 155. He's batting well against righties. He actually bats better because of the ISO. He bats better against lefties. See, the only spot that's been positive is the 7th spot. Everything else was red. But again, he's been producing this month, so I'm inclined to potentially take him for 2. Let me cue that up. Let me see what I got on here. I said potential Ryan Wright for 3. I mean 2. I think it was only due to the fact that, you know what, I'm not even, hold on. What did I see that I took him for? Because I forgot that fast. I think it was just based on the fact that he was hitting the changeup and the four seam, but he's not hitting well against righties. I didn't see that part. That's the only thing. In the month of April, he hit a home run, a double, and a single. So does he come through today? Sorry, I had to clear my my stuff. Whoa, hold on. Let me see. Because Nick finally woke up here. His barrel last 5 to 60%, so that's super great. Against righties, 2 doubles and a single. Because he didn't do anything last night. Last Saturday at 1. But then the Saturday party at 3. So he's like 1-1 on the Saturday, on the season. I don't know, maybe Nick decides to do something today. Okay, positive against the four seam for Butler. Double, home run, and a single in the month. Maybe he does. Look at Shea. Back-to-back 2. Plus 115 for 2. Riley Green, you frickin' bum. He hit a home run. Dingler got a run in. I just need one more from Dingler. Oh shoot, I almost forgot about okay, Marsh in 2 at-bats, nothing. So potentially got 2 more looks from Marsh, and we'll see if he gets it done. But Riley Green, you freaking bum. You hit a home run. What was your home run, dude? Because I said I'm probably not going to bet on this. I'm just watching be great the whole year. Plus 710. Sheesh. Freaking bum. And then what was his what was Riley's? It's probably a little higher than this, maybe. But for him to get 4 was a plus 356. So he got 4. So, well, he got more than 4. I think he had like 7 or 8 or something like that. And some cheese. 1, 3, 7. 7 HRs. That's wild. Wild stuff. And he was in a weak spot too, so what can you do? Tyler? Anything? Looks like your HRs are the best spot. Total base, 50%. 50% for the hit. You're hitting the cutter. In the month, a double and a single versus righties. Okay, he's still potential to get 2 or higher HRRs today. It's a plus 130 from to get 2. Maybe Tyler does get the 2. Was it Max that I was looking at? Somebody had a... Was it you, Luis, for the 40%? Maybe. Plus 185 for 3 HRRs. You normally get 2, but you did have against them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 3. Minus 105 for 2. He's struggling to throw the cutter in the 4 seam. You're struggling against the 4 seam, but you're hitting the cutter in the slider. Okay. He's 1 and 2 against lefties. Excuse me, 1 and 1 against lefties when it's pertaining to the slider, and 1 and 0 against lefties because he hit a home run against Eduardo here on 2 days ago. So maybe he does get 3 today. Usually when he gets it, he's getting 3. Because again, his barrel's 40%. That's the other thing. Just in the last 5. So I'm gonna go on ahead and I'll say screw it. I'll do it today. I'll put I'm gonna put some funds on my BetMGM. I'm gonna I'm going to take him for 3. I'm just gonna say screw it. See, he's gonna do it or he's not. The Mets game. Again, it's a cold day today. It's windy today. No, I don't want him for a home run. But I'm gonna see if he gets these 3. So it's no longer a plus 185. It's a plus 180. So it dipped down a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I get this in right. Okay, let's see if he gets this 3. Okay, start it. Like I hate it when I'm getting ready to click on something and whatever. It could be an ad or something popping up on my phone. Well, I don't mean like an ad, but something pops up on my phone and I'm in the middle of trying to click on something on one of the sports app or whatever I'm trying to do. And even like a YouTube video notification pops up like, dude, like, wait till I get to my own destination. All right. Let's see if Luis can come through. All right. Okay. I still am inclined to possibly potentially take Max for the 2. He might get the 2 HRRs today. It's just depending on how Senga's going to be pitching his way, because he's reading the 4-seam and the cutter. He's not reading the fork ball. That's the thing that he has yet to see. So it's either I take him for the 2 or I just don't, just see if he gets it or not. So because he's been on a 7-day stretch. Okay. Bobby. I took Bobby already. No, I didn't take Bobby. I took Bo. Because Bobby looks like he's in the best spot. No, he's not. Jensen, who hit a home run again, 3 to last 5. He's been producing. He only had the 1 home run with the 3 HRR. He's hitting the cutter and the changeup. He has no info against Eric. His barrel is 40%, which is great. But against righties, currently he... no, he's actually been producing. He has a double, a single, and 2 home runs. So he's been producing. Saturdays were not his best spot to bat at the time. Actually, no, it's on the season. Yeah, this is actually on the season. Saturdays are not his best spot to bat at on the year. He only did what? Because he didn't do anything on the 28th. Did he hit a home run here? He has 5. No, but he did hit. He had 2 hits on the 4th. So he could potentially get 3 or higher HRRs today. He bats well against righties. Really well. It's just his batting average is down. Like he's reading those pitches. So he's red hot currently for the squad in the month. So I really do kind of feel like I want to take him for these 2 HRRs today. You know, let me just cue him up for the 2, because again, he might get 3. Oops, I didn't even do that. Not for the home run. He might get 3. It's plus 175. Let me look at Bobby. He's in the second best spot. He's usually getting 2 HRs, which is still good if you're parlaying him on a slip. He doesn't bat well against the pitcher, though. He's only reading the sinker. Okay. He's pretty much mostly positive on all of his stuff, so he's minus 200 for 2. His singles are pretty much on point, so he might get the single just based off of the minus 130. Plus 205 for 1 steal, because he had 4 straight steals, 5 out of the 4 games. Then he fell off, then he got 1. He didn't get 1, so maybe he gets 1 today if he can get on base. I'm curious. I'm curious about Bobby. Garcia, you've been getting singles. See here, oh, that was last year though. You're only hitting the cutter. And he's reading. He has a hit against. He has 1 hit against the sinker, and 2 hits against the cutter. 1 double, 1 single. So again, he is reading the cutter the best. He's 2-0 against him on getting a single. He's hitting lefties better. Yeah, he's still succeeding against. He does have a. Oh, that's a sinker. Yeah, the cutter is where it's at for him. But he's not. He's not throwing a. No, he's throwing the cutter 28%, but he's throwing a sweeper 39. So we need you to throw the cutter to Garcia, homie, if you can. Vinny's positive against Eric. He's just not batting well. Maybe he wakes up today. Maybe he's striking out against a lot of pitchers. He may not strike out today, though. That's the thing. It's plus 115 for him to strike out. He might not. Again, he might not. I took Jensen, right? Yeah. Okay. Another one positive against Eric. Missed opportunity for you to strike, dude. Like, man. Well, maybe let me see. To your positive. Who's you were negative against him? Again, the books believe he's not gonna strike out. Dude, I really am trying to see if I can find some wild spots where a batter just, you know what I mean, like strikes out multiple times, like two batters, just put him down for this like plus 400, plus 600 type of stuff, put him on a slip, two leg real quick, and they go out there and actually do strike out. They just personally believe that he's not, probably because of some stuff. Like he may read that cutter. Let's see, he's striking out lefties. You're a righty. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I could see him striking out twice today. That's a high number for him to strike out twice. He did do it 4 times in the last 10, though. 2 times in the last 5. Back to back more recently. He did do it against the White Sox on the 9th. So he's 1-0 on striking out twice. It's just that he struggles to throw against lefties. That's the only thing. So you're not striking out twice, just once. So the only one that I could really consider possibly is maybe. Again, maybe he strikes him out twice. Plus 440. I'm gonna try it. Let me try it, dog. Let me see. He's either gonna strike out or he's not. It's more of a gamble because Eric struggles to face off against right-handed batters. I mean left-handed batters, that's the only thing. But he's striking them out more. And then on top of that, he just hasn't been producing for the squad. Okay, I like it already. It's a plus 462 for him to strike out. And remember what I said. I love 46 is my favorite number, so that's part of my name. And a lot of times when I see 46 in a number, I'm like, oh, I might as well fully consider taking it, you know. So Caglioni. Strikeouts. Let's see if he strikes out today. I want to see. Hopefully he does. All right, it's been posted in the Discord. Sending this to the WAP now. Okay. Man, I'm almost an hour and a half. Oh no, I'm almost an hour and 50 in, or two, whichever. There's no data, nothing else currently. Hold on, let me refresh. Let me see. Maybe something changed or. Just want to see. No, nothing else. Since there's nothing else as far as weak spots or anything, let me just do this. See if I can see anything else. Not you. I think this is a rookie pitcher. So potential for Cincinnati to score 5+ runs today. Let me log in FanDuel real quick and see. Let's see. Okay, Marlins scored something. Hicks got 2 HRRs. Lopez 2 hits, so he has 2 HRRs. Ramirez has 1 hit, and then Norby has an RBI. I need Dingler to get back up to bat. And Marsh is probably potentially not going to do anything. He's gone up 3 times and he hasn't done anything at all. So should have went with Schwarber or Harper. More so Schwarber because he was in the best spot. Oh, let me log in. The power game is going now. Bottom of the first. Currently. Let me... That's not the game that I don't know why I keep thinking Chicago. For the no home run, that's not the game. It's the Mets game that I'm should be more concerned for. Cincinnati. Like I said, I think they're facing off against a rookie today. So, whoops. Let me see what they're. So for them to get 5 runs is a -106. So that's automatically believe. Like FanDuel believes that they're going to potentially get the 5 runs. So if you feel like they can get 5, take them for the 5 at a -106 again, because again they're facing off against a righty pitcher. Ellie can bat against righties. He struggling against righties though. He bats better against lefties on the year. He was batting much better against righties last year. See Klassen, he's struggling to throw the 4-seam and the changeup a little bit, but he has done better throwing the slider. But Ellie does better against the changeup and the slider. So Ellie could still potentially read the pitches and still go out there and get multiple HRs at least. He did go yard last game. He's been bringing runs in. Look at that. Dude, he was on a streak. 4, 6. So 8 straight games of a run. I did not say. If I, dude, I'm telling you, because you could have been. This right here was money in your pocket, dog. If you put him down for a run every time, especially like in and around here when he was like sitting on 3, just like, you know what, I'm gonna just put him around. Boom, you win, take the win, put it here, take the win, put it here, take the win, put it here. You be up right now. And of course, if you would have put it here, you would have lost everything. But at least you would have had something in your pocket, at least for the runs. He's been still producing runs though. Head to head, he loves getting runs in. He's a minus 105 on I'm gonna take him for a run. He's a minus 105 for him to get a run for 1 at least. He's still averaging 1 just in general, just on face value. He hasn't had 2 yet in general on the season, so he's 10-4. So I'm taking him for the run today. I like him for the run. And you may want to consider taking him for 3 HRRs plus 174, because he's usually getting 2, but last 10, 3, last 5, 2 though. But again, just in general, face value, last 10, 3. The only thing is that he's batting better against lefties. So I'm going to see if he gets the run. He hasn't had a run against a righty in the month. He did have a double here. Well, no. I apologize. He did get, what am I saying? He did get a run. He got a run here with that single on the 5th. And then the very next game, he had a run in on the 6th. So he had back-to-back runs versus righties. So hopefully, because pretty much these ones are lefties. So hopefully he gets a run in today. Hopefully. We'll see. I took him. Like I said, I took him for the run in. I'm posting this now. Let's see if he gets the run. Let's see. Novelty has not done anything, right? Nope. Nothing at all. He was one of my favorite batters to place bets on last year. I don't like. He hits well on Saturdays though, and in the 5th spot. Maybe. Look at Sal. Sal did not come through yesterday for me on that slip. He's 0-3 against their bullpen. Oh, I should have taken Cruz for a single. Let me just double check. Cruz got a single and York got a single. Yours was an even plus 100. What was Cruz for a single? He's been hitting. So back-to-back singles, plus 140. Man. Back-to-back singles. And I did look at him, too. I just wasn't sure if he was going to really do anything today. That's why I say, guys, like, you know, sure, focus on the home runs if you want, but there's still plenty of other stuff out here that you can produce wins on. Even build your bankroll too. Look at Joe. So you're getting singles. Like maybe I do take him for a single today. Maybe. He's only one against since he currently. %, 4-1. He hits well on Saturdays and versus lefties. Technically bats well in the third spot. It's just his batting average is down. He just doesn't have any home runs. Head-to-head, though, he's 2-3, getting HRR is averaging 2. It's only because he had 7 here. Man, 100% strikeout against him. He could potentially strike out today. It's plus 237. It's super low. I guess on the general basis of him on the road, he averages 1 strikeout a game in the last 10 road games. 2-0 against Cincy, 1-0 against him with 1. Maybe he strikes out today. Potential. Possibly. Look at Neto. So your best spot is hits and singles. 3 straight singles. At least a hit. Maybe he bats well at the first, batting first against lefties, a home run, a couple of singles in the month versus lefties. Positive. Maybe he gets a back-to-back single here or a run-in. Oops. Plus 110. I think the books believe he's probably potentially going to strike out, though. Shoot, they got him at 2. That they automatically believe he's going to strike out with the minus 396. Oh, yeah. Shoot, he had 2 RBIs. Mother freaker. curious about Neto. He's looking the best currently for the team, hitting the changeup in the four seam. He's not. He hasn't seen the cutter yet. He does bat well against lefties, even though it's just 5 at bats with 2 hits. He hasn't had, just in general, last 3. Yeah, on the season, he hasn't had 3 straight singles. I think that's why it's a plus 135. So he might not get the single, but the question becomes, because he's struggling against lefties, he bats well against lefties. He's reading the changeup in the four seam. Could he get the single today? For Logan. Man, he bats the best on Thursdays. Two singles against lefties on the season. Feeling inclined to take him for a single here. I just might do that. What time does this game start? 4:10. I just might take him for the single. It's a plus 135 on FanDuel. He just might actually go out there and do it. We'll see. Didn't Diaz hit a home? Yeah, he did. That's what I was thinking. As soon as I seen his name, I was like, didn't he hit a home run yesterday? Yeah. So he had 5 yesterday. Books currently believe he's going to get a single. Plus 130 for 2 total base. He had 2 hits yesterday. Not sure if he would get 2 today. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. Now Max is pitching well against lefties and righties, but Yandy's batting very well against lefties and righties. He bats really well against lefties. I think that is only solely based on the fact that he has a home run, even though he's striking out the most against lefties. Kind of thinking if I want to take him, do I want to take him for HRR? Because he actually loves playing against New York. So, what do I want to do? Because I can easily just take him for the 2 and call it a day. And let me see, look at Cedric here. Maybe. See, Jonathan does not like facing off against lefties. But he got a home run off of his only best spot against a lefty. He got a home run. Who scored? Oh, Ozuna got a run because Pirates are up 1-0. Oh, Norby doubled. Norby got 2 HRRs. Man. Okay. Still waiting on Dingo to go up though. He's only been up twice. But I'm just more so paying attention to see if he's gonna do anything, and if Marsh is gonna do anything on his 4th at bat. If he goes up, it's because it's only the bottom of the 6th. Turner's up now. He hasn't done anything, so Marsh should be coming up next. Maybe Marsh gets 2 more at bats because it's the bottom of the 6th, so he may get 5 turns instead of just 4. Look at Junior. Nothing. Okay. So Yandy's the only one that's looking good for anything. Over there. For the Yankees. Of course, Judge is presumably potential to go yard most of the time. He does have a home run against Nick. And 22 pitches thrown to him and 5 at bats. He just hasn't been producing anything currently. Now at home on the year, he's averaging almost 4 HRRs. That's just general, but he's only 2-3 in the last 5. 3 straight where 2 of them he didn't do anything. So potentially he still does something, at least gets 2 HRs. But again, depending on what Nick does. Nick is what? He struggles against righties, which Aaron is a righty. Missed out because he struck out twice last night. I don't see him striking out twice today. But he does strike out a lot, at least one time against and he's 1-0 and at least striking out once against them so far. But again, he had 2 strikeouts last night. Trent. His 1 hit was a 2-bagger. He's hitting righties. Well, excuse me, apologies. He's not. That was last year. But he is hitting the cutter and the changeup a little bit. Excuse me. He does like hitting on Saturdays, though. He had 3 HRs here last weekend. And 2 here. So Saturdays, for the most part on the year, he's 2-1. What's going on, D-Mac? What's going on over on YouTube? What's good? So maybe Trent does something today, because Saturdays have been more on the positive side for him. I forgot to look at Judge. Judge is 1-1. So he's 2-1 on a Saturday as well. So it's not fully out the woodwork for Judge and Trent to do something today, because they're 2-1 on a Saturday on the season. Let me look at Jazz. 0-1. So 0-2 on a Saturday for him. He's struggling to face off against anybody. Stanton did come through for me on the 2 HRs last night. Could he potentially get some HRs today? He had 4 last weekend, 2 here, so he's 2-0 on a Saturday. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. He is hitting the sinker and the changeup. Versus righties, back-to-back singles. So he's hitting singles pretty much just in general against righties. 70%. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Plus 130 for him to get a single. I'm thinking about taking Stanton for a single, because that's what he's producing so far. He's at least getting on base one time for the most part. So on the year against Tampa, he's 1-0. So let me take Stanton for this single. Because it's a plus 130. D Macchio on YouTube says Jordan, Acuna, Seager, Ben Rice off for 2 total base. Nice. I'll look at Ben Rice in a second since I'm on this game. Didn't Seager hit a home run yesterday? Or am I wrong? Let me just switch. Yeah, he did. Thought so. He did. So he's in a potential spot to actually do something, because he's he actually faces off well against righties. Let me get back to what I was doing. New York. Where the heck did we go? I'm going to take Stanton for this single. Okay, there we go. I was looking for that. Where is it at? So where's Stanton? Oh, yeah. All right, there it is. Stanton for a single. As y'all see here, really paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm looking outside of home runs. I'm looking at other stuff. Yeah, Grisham, I did literally just mention him. He possibly might potentially get a run in, get some HRRs. You know what I mean? Something. He may not get total bases or anything like that, but he potentially has a chance to get some runs or a run, a couple HRRs. Because he is hitting the cutter and the changeup. He does have a positive against Nick. He has a double against him. It's just that he has not been batting well currently. he just bats well on Saturdays. That's really his most positive outlook, and on the road. That's two of his. He bats well on Saturdays and he bats well on the road. So he's potentially could get at least 2 HRs, maybe 3. But it just depends on if he's gonna not do any of what he's done here against a righty. But he does at least have a 2-bagger against a righty and a triple against a righty. So just in general, in the month against right-handed pitchers, he has 2 singles. So it's a positive spot. It's a small positive spot is what I'm trying to say. So it's up to you if you would take it. Oh yeah, definitely fade that. Me personally, I'm not taking home runs currently. Just currently. Like if I do home runs, it's literally going to be single bets in roughly 2 legs, like nothing major. And it's probably only going to be like on a once a week basis, maybe twice, nothing major. I'm focusing on for me, the long haul of trying to build parlays based off of hits, total bases, hopefully some singles, and some definitely my main focus is the hits plus runs plus RBIs, HRRs. So all right, I just shared the Stanton slip in the Discord, and I am posting this in the WAP now. So there's that. Look at Ben. Ben is green. Ben hit a home run last game, but that's the only thing that he did. But he had finished with 3 HRRs. So today, for him to get 3 HRRs, it's a plus 165. Positive against Martinez, and 8 pitches thrown to him and 2 at bats, 1 2-bagger. That's his positive. He specifically hits really well against righties. He possibly in the pitcher's weak spot, but there's no data. But he's hitting great against the changeup, the cutter, and the 4-seam. 2 out of the 3 Martinez pitches really well. Let's see. In the month, your boy is actually in the month. He is literally smacking. He has 4 home runs against right-handed pitchers in the month. So Ben is on a heater against right-handed pitching in the month of April. So this is great. Now, he didn't bat well on Saturdays last season. We just don't know where he's batting. So the hope is that he'll either bat 3rd, but you would definitely want him to bat either 4th or 5th because that's where he bats the best. Mainly 5th. That's his best spot to bat at. Let me see. For him to get a run, it's a plus 120. He did have an RBI last game, so it's plus 155. That's his best. Plus 130 for Milwaukee. Didn't walk 3 straight games. So, yeah, his best at positive would be a run or RBI. RBI is the best spot. Second best would be the run. Plus 120 on BetMGM. Currently, the last thing he hasn't had a spot where he didn't get it the very next day. It's a slight lean for him to go under. So, kind of wondering if I would take him for, maybe go for push for the 3 HRR to plus 165. Usually when he gets the HRR, he's usually getting 3 or higher, mainly 5 or higher. But he did have 3 here, so he's 1-0 against Tampa. And he hits well against their bullpen too. So he's technically in a spot to get 3 or higher HRRs today. Safe bet would be to take him for 2 HRRs. Bump him to 3. And then, again, hope for the best. Let me, now he struggles against, but I think that's the other reason why the books believe is slightly for him to go under the 2, because Martinez pitches very well against lefties currently on the year. He's only allowed 1 2-bagger, 2 singles, 1 home run. So I'm kind of curious. Maybe Ben will be able to read his pitches, though. He is struggling to throw that cutter, though. So if you want, your hope is that Ben reads that cutter and he just smacks it out the park again. So if I were you, I would take Ben for the 2 HRR and then ladder him up just to 3. He may get higher than 3. He may get this again and you just miss out. But if you feel like he'll get 4, take him for the 4, single bet everything. But me, I feel like I should take him for 2 HRR and then take him for 3 at max. I'm on FanDuel now. I want to see how much his see, for him to get 2 HRs is it's a minus 170. For him to get 3 HRs is a plus 115. So BetMGM has the better value. Give me 1 second. All right. Oh shoot! Pirates scored again. I looked at Reynolds. I did. I had him queued up too for 2 HRRs. It was a plus 110. I just wasn't sure. That's what it was at the end of the day. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to get it or not. I should have put it in anyway. So he has a hit and a run. So RBI. So he got the 2 HRRs for the day. That was just a missed opportunity. Look at that. For him to get a RBI was a plus 220. So missed opportunity. I should have taken him for the 2. It was plus value. That was on me. Like I said, I queued it up. It's just I just wasn't sure. Really wasn't sure if he was going to do it or not. Okay, looks like Marsh may not get back up there. Well, no, we'll see. Harper's up the bat now. Need Marsh for 2 HRRs. I'm just not sure if what I need is Harper to get on base and then Marsh, because Marsh is up to bat next. So I need Harper to get on base. He keeps hitting foul balls from the app that I'm using. Let me because I'm gonna take Ben for the 3 HR. is oh, there it goes. On BetMGM, Ben Rice is okay. This is much better. For Ben Rice to get HRR, it's 2. So you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna just take him for the. I'll take him for the 2. I'm gonna take Ben Rice for the 2. It's a single bet. Just says screw it. I'll take him for the 2. I think this will be my last because I'm kind of getting tired and I want to go relax in a little bit. So we will see. These are all my top looks that I personally did like. Again, personally. So we will see what happens today. That's pretty much it. I mean, 6 picks is good. Edwards may or may not get it because he went up to bat 3 times. Okay, Harper got on base. I think. No, he did not. Marsh struck out, so he's not getting anything. So he's not doing anything. So again, per everything for the Phillies, at least, Schwarber was the best look because he hit a home run. That's pretty much all he did throughout the entire game. Castillo, he was the best look. Apologies, second best look because Marte hit a home run, but they both have 3 HRR for that one. Like I said, Ryan Reynolds. Cruz technically was the better look. He has 3 HRR, but Reynolds had the better value for 2 HRR at plus 110. Detroit Marlins. Colt Keith. Green was the best look because he hit a home run, plus got 7 HRR. But Colt Keith was the second best look because he was in weak spot 2. He has 3 HRR. I considered Carpenter, but I didn't take him. He currently went to bat twice and got 1 hit. So there's that. And the Twins and Blue Jays game just started. Now it looks like the Blue Jays are up next. So we'll see what happens. But I'm about to be out. Thanks for coming through, D Mackey and everybody else who watched the WAP before y'all dipped out. And anybody else that watched this stream, if you watched the entire one, cool it. If not, it's all good. But I'm about to be out. I will be back tomorrow, more than likely, in and around the same time. Probably been a little bit more earlier than I did today. Probably around 10 a.m. It's just that the picture we spot stuff may not be up. That's the only thing. And I'll definitely try to go another couple of hours before. So I'll definitely try to get done tomorrow afternoon before I eat. Prepare to eat lunch. But I'm out. Y'all stay safe, stay humble, enjoy the rest of your Saturdays. Take care of yourselves, your family, friends, and loved ones. Be kind to one another. And I will hopefully talk to you all.